festival started up. So maybe just talk about, you guys played a few Harrods. Talk about Harrod.
Yeah.
So just,
First Harrod, Tasmania.
Yeah.
Or like Christian festivals.
Yeah.
Black Stump.
Yes, we didn't. Yeah, we did play Black Stump heaps.
Yeah,
We didn't. I mean, it was kind of our band policy not to. You know, we never kind of.
Initially we played every night.
Initially we
did.
couldn't say no to.
Yeah, and that was the problem. Like, we didn't even charge for the first 3 years of our band. Like, try telling that to a young band today. You know, like everyone wants $300 for their first show on a Macbeth endorsement. You know, but.
Give us some petrol money maybe, and that was
Yeah, and that's it. We got seriously ripped off, didn't we? We said, you know, just, and they go, what are you guys charging? Oh, just whatever you can afford, you know? Like, it was just like, oh, sweet, we can afford nothing. Like, we were practicing 3 times a week at that stage, and we were so hard out, we were just living it. And I mean, eventually we started charging out $100 a show, and it grew from there. But yeah, with regard to the Christian stuff, we kind of, in the end, like the focus of the band was always to be where people were, you know? And we figured that we were such an intensely Christian band in the way that we conducted ourselves and our lyrical content, that we didn't really want to be associated so much with I guess like Christian events and festivals. So we actually made a conscious effort to steer away from that. But having said that, we did play the Black Stump festivals, which were amazing. We did play a couple of the Harrods, which are always good fun. Like Andre was really crook for one of them, was like vomiting backstage, but he soldiered on. I think he was sitting down for half the set. Yeah, that's right. And what else did we play? Like
Gospel Music Festival.
AGMF on the last year, wasn't it? One of the last year's we were in the band.
Oh, Sunfest maybe.
Yeah, we played too there. Yeah, so there's been some cool Christian festivals that have gone down for sure.
It's definitely, it was definitely good. Black Stump was definitely every year we did it.
Yeah. Pretty much, hey. There's a couple of years in the middle that we didn't do it, but
yeah. 1 year didn't have it, I think.
Yeah.
Right, and favourite show, just like talk us through, like doesn't matter where, just like talk us through the night, sort of like build up to it, maybe a senior launch or sort of a show.
I've got too many favourite
Like,
shows.
just sort of,
Yeah.
or a favourite show.
Yeah.
Just
Alright.
sort of wind it up, get pumped up,
Alright.
Alrighty.
We'll probably each have a different show, so same
Yeah,
start.
just bust out a favourite shows too.
Oh, I won't start. I have to think. I've got too many.
What's the first one that comes to mind?
One of my favourite shows was the Warp Tour when it was at Flinders Uni on the grass, because it was our first sort of real massive sort of secular show, and Frenzels were playing and Pennywise were playing, and here we were playing with all our favourite bands. MXPX were playing, and we rock up on a stage and we can just use these big Mesa amps, just plug in. We just had these really funny amps and stuff, and finally we get to go on this massive stage. We can plug into this huge stacks, and we'd each have our own foldback sound guy. And he'd say, "What do you want?" And we just had the perfect sound. But I remember looking out, and it was just a sea of people, and I think we were one of the first bands on. But it was just this huge mosh pit, and people were just singing our lyrics. People I'd never even seen before. People were like singing Christian lyrics, and it was just, for me, that was a big buzz.
Yeah, fully. I reckon Millencolin in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Because we always went, every time we went to Brisbane, it was kind of like, it just felt like we were getting nowhere, you know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
we'd go there and like 30 people would rock up, and you'd kind of just play, you know, you'd go hard and blood, sweat and tears, it's all over, and you just felt like you would never, that Brisbane never really happened for us. And so anyway, we played this, one of the last Millencolin tours, probably would have been on the Home Away From Home tour, and yeah, we were opening, I think it was before Blue Line Medic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Before Blue Line Medic. And so we were first up, and like the whole place is like capacity crowd.
You packed out.
Like at least 800 kids in there, and everyone knew the lyrics.
Yeah.
Like every single person just like
Everyone
hand in the air,
just loved
every
it.
word. And I was like, where do these people come from? And why have we never ever seen them here before? So that was
And then
really
Blue
cool.
Line Medic came up, and no one was into them.
No, that sucked.
That was scary.
Because they were good.
Yeah, they were good musicians.
They were a good band.
It's really hard to have a favourite gig.
Oh, I've got another one.
Go for it.
You go.
I haven't really got a favourite one.
We
They're all so
played
good.
this show at Clovercrest Baptist.
Oh, yes!
We're in this
yeah, that
tent.
was good.
We're in this tent, and
What's his name?
this sound guy.
No, you can't say his name.
This guy with a mullet. That's all I remember.
And thongs. I'll
And
try to
thongs.
think of his name.
And there were all these there were skate ramps and all this stuff in the car park, and there's just this little tent, and we were playing. I think it was one of Sean's first shows,
Yeah.
and all these kids just kept coming more and more forward and stepping all over the foldbacks, and the sound guy just goes, "That's it. I'm turning it off. I'm warning you, I'm turning it off." And the kids just kept coming further and further forward, and then he ended up turning it off, turning someone's mic off. What happened? He turned someone's
He like that. The funny thing is that at Clovercrest, that was the first time it happened. Like you remember this when I say it. And he came on and he started like taking the foldbacks off the stage, and so it was just like.
And we just kept playing.
He took our mics, and then we just kept playing. The kids were just singing like louder than the music, and he couldn't shut it down. In the end, it was just like drums and kids just
vocals.
singing.
He completely shut the whole PA down, and it's just Dan just kept playing. We just kept pretending to play, and the kids were just singing.
But then it happened again, like when we were playing at
a different show, same
different
guy.
show. And remember, you
Where
took
was
my
it?
drum kit mic and started singing with that, and he started like trying to fight you. It was, it was awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was good. And I think it happened one more time as well. One of our last shows at the South Adelaide Football Club.
Yeah, it was the same guy.
Same guy again. And I trashed my kit and broke his mic, and he was trying to charge me for it. Poor dude, like we never meant him any harm. We didn't even know till after the fact, but he was always there, and he was always he was so protective of his PA, and we never meant to any harm, but yeah, he always got a bit touchy about it, about his gear. Yeah,
What about
good
you,
times.
Andre?
Me? One of the interesting things for me, I suppose, because they're all great shows, but that was when we were playing up against Chili Peppers at Big Day Out. I'm going, like, we're on 5 minutes before Chili Peppers start, and we haven't got a hope. We were playing to, what, the people we know, like our girlfriends, and that's about it, you know?
Totally.
But you couldn't see the end of the crowd.
Yeah, it was
Like,
awesome.
you sort of, because it was night time, there was that many people there, was a few hundred watching us. I thought, well, you know, Chili Peppers, there you go.
And
You're a
then
good man.
Because it was just us and them,
Yeah, that was
and it was
weird.
like the headliners of the night. So
we finished, and I quickly packed up my stuff, ran to see him, and I only saw one song.
yeah,
But we had a crowd the whole time.
We had a
and
crowd the
didn't
whole
leave.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I couldn't
cool.
believe that. So that was an amazing gig. Apart from the numerous of times that PA stacks fall over,
know.
mainly at the underground because of the moving stage.
underground, yeah, always PA
like,
stacks
holding the PA
falling
in
over.
one hand and hoping the whole song's on open strings.
Fell on my girlfriend one time. Like nearly killed her. She's a stick. She's as skinny as me. Whole PA comes crashing down on her.
And back in
But, yeah.
those days, like there's no crowd barrier or anything, and everyone would start to circle mosh. People get on stage, and more people get on stage, and the front would start moving,
It's good.
and the crowd was right there, and the crowd would just come up amongst the stage and do vocals and scream into the mic, and it was all cool. It was
Wicked.
all relational. You could feel it.
Yeah, totally. Good, really strong community, hey?
Yeah.
Like, in those days.